We're now getting some other details also coming in. We're understanding their protests against the Pinarayi Inside Flight case. We're getting an update in that case. The former MLA case, Sabrinathan has been arrested by the police. Conspiracy case against Sabrinathan is what we're understanding. He was called in for questioning. We're understanding all of this in the backdrop of that there was a WhatsApp chat from Congress which was leaked. In that, there were discussions on buying a ticket, going on the same flight as the chief minister, and then raising their voices and protesting, which in fact means that that protest was pre-planned. So the conspiracy angle is now out. We'll try and connect with my colleague Neetu in just a bit, but that's the update that's coming in. This is as far as the Kerala flight case is concerned. What happened on that flight, which had the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. As I pointed out, certain WhatsApp chats have also now been leaked, which actually show that this was pre-planned, where you had a discussion on buying a ticket and then being on the same flight. As far as the Chief Minister is concerned, there were discussions prior to boarding that flight on protesting against the Chief Minister in the flight as well. Remember, this was an Indigo flight, and Indigo, the airline, has also now taken action against these people who were involved in protesting. They've now been put on a no-fly list for about 2 to 3 weeks. But we'll try and understand from Neetu what really is happening now. What has the police understood so far as the questioning of Sabrinathan is concerned, and what will follow from here on. But as we are breaking the details of the former Congress MLA Sabrinathan, he's now been arrested by the police. There is a conspiracy case against him as well. He was called in for questioning. As I said, all of this in the backdrop of the protests that we saw in that flight, which had the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan as well. Editor News 18 Kerala, Pradeep Pillai, is now joining us on the broadcast. So Pradeep, now what is becoming very clear is that this was not spontaneous, but in fact pre-planned.
Well, there was this theory that was brought out a couple of weeks back, wherein a WhatsApp message in a Congress, Youth Congress group had come out, and following this, Sabrinathan, former MLA, was summoned for questioning and recording his statement as a witness. So that is what has led to the protest. Now he was suddenly arrested. At the same time, there was this anticipatory bail being considered by a Trivandrum court, which had ordered that he should not be arrested till 11 till the court hears it. But then the prosecution, the government pleader who appeared for the police and government, informed the police that his arrest has already been recorded and he is in custody now. This now has brought about widespread protests, especially by Youth Congress workers. They are now squatting in front of the police station. They've blocked the police chief from going away with Sabrinathan to be produced. Now, what we are seeing is a massive protest, very politically sparked, because this controversy has been going on for a while. The Youth Congress and the Congress leaders have always been holding on to the fact or their stance that the two youngsters who were arrested for protesting in the in the same flight in which Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan was traveling, following allegations about his family's involvement in the gold smuggling and related cases, following an exposure by a Swapna, who was a prime accused in the gold smuggling case. Now, what the Congress is claiming is that the youngsters just got up and shouted the slogan, "We protest, we protest," and never attempted to attack the Chief Minister or cause any kind of bodily harm. In the same flight, there was this senior CPM leader, E.P. Jayarajan, who actually came forward and pushed these boys down inside the flight. Now, the Indigo flight, the corporation had banned the youngsters, the Youth Congress workers, for 2 weeks, and the leader, E.P. Jayarajan, for 3 weeks, following which he also came out with a virulent attack on the Indigo airline, saying that it is substandard and he will never ever travel on board Indigo. Now, today's developments follow this. Following the WhatsApp chat that had come out, Sabrinathan was summoned for questioning, but he was spontaneously, quite dramatically arrested. This was informed in the court by the government leader, which sparked the spontaneous protest, especially in Thiruvananthapuram.
Okay, Pradeep, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Our colleague Neetu, in fact, has had a conversation with the leader of opposition of the Kerala Assembly. Let's listen in.
We have along with us opposition leader V.D. Satishan, sir. Former MLA and Youth Congress Vice President has been arrested in the conspiracy case in this protest inside the flight. Your first reaction?
This is very unfortunate that Sir Shabarinathan was arrested in a conspiracy case. This is a fake case. Everybody knows what happened in the flight, inside the flight. Only after the Chief Minister of Kerala get down from the aircraft, they raised a protest slogan. For that, an attempt to murder case was registered against them and taken FIR against them. That was also a fake case. Now they are trying to include the former MLA Shabarinathan in this case. At the same time, the LDF convener, the former minister, Mr. E.P. Jayarajan, who has used physical force against the Youth Congress workers. He is the person actually committed an offence. But unfortunately, even though the Youth Congress workers has filed a petition before the Valiyadura police station, the police has not registered any case against Mr. E.P. Jayarajan. The Indigo Airlines conducted a domestic inquiry and they reached a conclusion that the Youth Congress workers committed a level 1 offence. So there was a flight ban for the 2 weeks for the Youth Congress workers. At the same time, the domestic inquiry conducted by the Indigo Airlines reached in a conclusion that Mr. E.P. Jayarajan, the LDF convener and former minister, committed a level 2 offence. So they declared a 3 weeks ban against Mr. E.P. Jayarajan. It is very clear that Mr. E.P. Jayarajan has committed a grave offence than the offence committed by the Youth Congress workers. Even though the police, under the direction of the Chief Minister, is not ready to take a case against him. In spite of our repeated requests, they are not ready to take an FIR against the E.P. Jayarajan.
Sir, now how are you going to take this fight forward in this particular case against?
We will protect the Youth Congress workers politically and legally. No doubt at all. It is our right to raise a protest. That is our right. We have to protect our legal right. This is a constitutional right.
And sir, all this happened after certain WhatsApp message screenshots were leaked from within the Youth Congress group. How do you see this? Is it the infighting that has led to something like this?
That we will inquire into that. We will definitely inquire into that. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So the leader of opposition, they're speaking to my colleague Neetu there. They're calling this a fake case and they in fact are saying they will support the Youth Congress workers both politically as well as legally. They're also saying that E.P. Jayarajan actually had committed a bigger offence. Still, nobody actually seems to be focusing on that. So this is a story that has multiple angles now. We'll keep tracking all these developments very, very closely. But for now,